All right, let's talk about the area shading options for the Scatter Pro visual. So first, when you're going to open up the formatting options, you're going to notice there's a singular tab called area shading. Once you open up that, you can see there's 8 different areas that we support. And by enabling one of them, you're going to open up or create an additional tab underneath the original one. Underneath that, you can see there's a lot of different formatting options that allow you to control this even further on. So first thing that you can adjust is the shape of the area that you are creating. By default, this is going to be sitting on a rectangle, but you can also switch it to ellipses. So for example, if you look at the first visual right here on the left-hand side, I can switch it to ellipsis and you can see the area changes with it. So this allows you to customize it even further. Now, as far as the values goes, we're essentially defining the boundaries of the shape. You can go with 2 different approaches. You can either choose infinity, going to the plus or minus, or you can choose value, which means a constant specified value. So I'm going to choose this because that's my preset. And essentially what I'm doing this is defining that on the x-axis, my values are going to go from 0 to 150. On the y-axis, from 1000 to 1500. After that, we have some coloring and styling options. So first thing you have is a fill color. So for example, make sure there's just something that's still noticeable, but not obstructing the view of the nodes itself. So for example, if we have, let's say, red data points right here, I'm not going to choose the background to be in red, change the opacity to 100, because that just completely eliminates the red data points on top of the area. So be careful with that. Make sure that the area is still noticeable, but it's not taking away attention from the actual data points. On top of that, you can configure also the line width, which is the outline for the area. You can increase it or decrease it, change the colors, and of course the opacity. Now, one thing that I wanted to note here is that currently these areas that you are creating do not serve a purpose of selection, meaning that this is just a visual representation. Having an option to use them as a selection is something that we plan to add with one of the upcoming releases.